Off the back of that, Becky, our second question. So, Litmag News and platforms like Litmag News don't just come out of nowhere, obviously. So, where did it all begin and how did you get to where you are today? You were talking about various iterations. Tell us how this has come about.
Sure. So in 2008, I started a website called the Review,
Yes.
which I really felt like there wasn't anything at the time to give writers a clear sense of what all these magazines are doing and
Yeah.
what the
Okay.
difference is between them. Like all of these magazines will say, we want new and established writers, send us your
Mhm.
best work. And I just felt like, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
What's the difference
Yeah.
between Kenyan Review, Colorado Review,
Yes.
Agni?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I felt like there really needed to be a resource that would actually do a deep dive on all of these
Okay.
magazines.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
started the site that would initially I started it just to review the magazines,
Yes.
book reviews, and review each issue as they came
Mhm.
out. Um, and then over time, I added more articles about publishing, and then
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
interviewed editors, and there was a database of over 1,000 literary magazines.
Right.
And I also in 2010 added the newsletter
Mhm.
component, and the
Okay.
newsletter was basically it was just a marketing tool. It was
Mhm.
really I just wanted to get people to the website because that's
Yeah.
always the thing. Like you post something on a website, and how do you actually get people to visit the
To
site?
read it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I created this MailChimp newsletter and I said, here's what's going on at the review this week. And then gradually I added more newsy items, like here's
Yes.
what's going on in the Lit Mag
Mhm.
world at large. And then also here's what's going on at the review. And it was so fun and it just kind of snowballed. Like people
Mhm.
were reading it and editors enjoyed it. And I realized like there isn't quite anything like this in the literary world that's kind of rounding up what's going on in a way
Yeah.
that's fun and celebratory and cheeky, so there's like a lot of humor to it. So the newsletter grew. So I ran the review till 2019.
Right. Okay.
And over that time, it got to about 5,000
Oh,
subscribers, which
excellent. Okay.
it
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
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 And then I shut it down 2019. I was like, I'm done with all this. No more side projects, no more distractions. I'm not going to do, bye bye. I'm done with all this. And then in 2020, I learned about Substack, which is
Yes.
just a newsletter platform. And I
Mhm.
thought maybe I could just revive the newsletter without the other things, without
Yes.
the database, without the reviews of magazines, like just do the newsletter.
Mhm.
And I did, and then I'm having so much fun with it that I added
Yeah.
I added all
Added
these
everything else back
add-ons.
in again.
Yeah. But it's really grown. And again, I think there's just like a hunger for that in the
Mm.
literary world, like a kind of central gathering place where people
Yes. Yeah.
talk and ask questions and learn what's going on. So I started the newsletter again in
Yes.
2020.
Yeah. And there is just so much going on all the
Yeah,
time.
there really is.
And
There really is.
yeah, we see, and we are just one literary magazine, one literary
Mhm.
journal, essentially, amongst thousands. You were talking about
Yeah,
that list earlier on of 1,000
right,
journals.
right.
And there's just so much happening that unless it's some of that information at least is collated somewhere, how is
Yeah,
anyone ever supposed to keep up with it all?
right.
Yeah.
And I think something that's really important to me is that just because you may not be published yet
Mhm.
necessarily doesn't mean that you can't have an opinion on what's
Yes.
going on in the world. So I think
Yeah, yeah.
sometimes people feel like maybe if they haven't been published or they're not getting a lot of acceptances, they don't have a voice in the
Right, I see. Yeah.
culture. And this is a way, like, you don't have to be established, you don't have to be publishing in top tier magazines
Yeah.
to still have a very clear opinion
Yeah.
and want to help shape the direction that the culture is going in. So this kind of provides a space for all people to come together and,
Mhm.
you know, ask their questions and share their opinions.
Yeah, perfect. And all those people sharing their opinions and asking their questions, the thousands of readers and viewers that you have, they'll all get their answers, hopefully, won't they?
I
Yeah,
hope
which
so.
yeah, hopefully, yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes it generates more questions, only we get
Yeah.
more questions, but I hope so.
It's like a to read list, isn't it? The more you read, the longer the to read list gets. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, that's brilliant, Becky. Thank you very much. Fantastic.
Sure.